I'm very happy to be here. We'll begin with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe Jai Nitai Sachinandan Nitai Sachinandan Nitai Sachinandan Gaura Hari Jai Krishna Balaram Jai Krishna Balaram Jai Krishna Balaram Jai Krishna Balaram Jai Radhe Shyam Jai Radhe Shyam Jai Radhe Shyam Jai Radhe Shyam Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Krishna.
Well, we must have a very special guest because this is the first time I had to ask devotees to move forward. And the Matajis are not being shy, they're like right there. Well, this is a sign of things to come. So thank you all for joining us for our Sunday feast. Is anybody here for the very first time? Nope. Okay. Everybody's amongst friends. So Prabhuji, you're amongst friends today.
Okay.
So I'll just do a... Oh, His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
So I'll do an introduction of His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. He was born in Pune district. He grew up in a village. He learned Sanskrit. In 2002, he joined ISKCON under the shelter of His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj and became part of the Shastric Advisory Committee in 2016. And now he's traveling across the country. That sounds like a nice introduction, right? Sounds like a police report. So, Prabhuji is a very sweet, gentle, kind devotee. We learned a little bit about him this time around. We learned he was like the topper in the Brahmachari ashram. You graduated? Did they give you a certificate upon graduation? You survived?
Yeah, I survived.
And fortunately for us, he moved on and has come to grace us with the deep wisdom of our shastras and give us a taste for what life is for a devotee who's surrendered to Krishna and whose sole purpose of being alive is to develop attachment and priti for Bhagwan. So all of you have met Prabhuji before, right? Been part of his lectures, etc. So rather than me saying some things, throw out some adjectives. Nartha Vilas Prabhu, to describe Prabhuji.
What's part back, part short?
Adjective. That's a sentence. Selfless.
No words.
Sweetness personified.
Sweetness personified.
Rasa.
Rasa. Huh? Effulgent in prema.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare.
Anything else?
Very kind.
Mature.
Very, very mature.
Prabhuji is a Brajbhasha Gopal. Are you mature?
I'm a mature fool.
I think, huh? Rasika Vidwan.
Humorous.
Humorous.
Okay.
Deep and brilliant.
Hare Krishna.
Am I embarrassing you? Are we embarrassing you? I'm sorry. Just like Krishna gets embarrassed by Srimati Radharani sometimes, we have to embarrass you. So, I'll end by saying, has anybody here seen this movie called Forrest Gump? Don't be shy. We know it, you had a life before this. So I love the saying that, when you probably haven't seen it. It's a pastime of a kind of a simple person who life takes him on a journey through war and through the turbulence of the times. And he's sitting on a bench and somebody says to him, life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what flavor you'll be getting. So when I think of your lectures, I think of that, like, I know, or box of carob, depending on your level of strictness. But you don't know it's going to be sweet, and you know it's going to be sublime, but you're just waiting to delve into it. So I'm looking forward to hearing your lectures, or the remaining ones that also are coming up. So without further ado, I was given a deep instruction by my wife that don't take Prabhuji's time. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You're going to give me extra time also, right? You're going to give me extra time.
Yeah.
Time stops.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. But that introduction is incomplete. You didn't say I'm your friend.
I said that at the very beginning.
Acha, oh.
Since you're amongst friends.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Jai Shachinandan Prabhu, for kindly inviting me here. I'm very grateful to be present here. I'm very thankful to all the wonderful Vaishnavas who are kindly present here. Thank you so much. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of you for kindly having come here this Sunday morning. We'll begin Mangalacharan, Auspicious Invocations. Today I wish to speak about a very important topic for us devotees, which is the rarity of Shri Krishna Prema. But before I speak on that, dear devotees, I'd like to offer Mangalacharan, Auspicious Invocations. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupah Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hearing the introduction reminded me of a quote from Shakespeare. Like Shakespeare said, some people are born great, some become great, and some have greatness thrust upon them. So in this room there are certain individuals who are born great, such as Srila Prabhupada. He was born great, with 108 temples written, right in his astrological chart. And some have become great, like most of us, by the association of Srila Prabhupada's books and the devotees. And then there is the third category, who was neither born great, neither did not become great, but greatness has been thrust upon me, dear devotees. Alright, so neither born great nor become great, but greatness has been thrust. But I am sitting here, thank you so much.
Microphone is not agreeing with
No. Yeah.
Try to come out of the fire.
No, Prabhu. But for the last few days, me and Jai Sachinandan Prabhu are having a little bit of a tug of war with, but I'm very happy, Prabhuji. Prabhu got my mood finally. But thank you, Prabhu, for kindly inviting me. I'm so happy to be here. Dear devotees, it is very important to glorify a Vaishnava audience before we begin a presentation. There is no beginning a presentation without glorifying the audience. All of you are present here today as the audience. I have always said that the most important part of a presentation is the Prabhu, when will the devotees agree with a simple heart? Yeah, I've told you so many times, the audience is the most important part of a presentation. All right, dear devotees? So please tell me once again, who is the most important? No. No. The audience is the most important part. All of you are present here as the audience. Dear devotees, there's a very nice verse glorifying all of you. And I'll sing this verse. Please repeat after me. Kavaya paritushyanti netare kavisuktibihi nahyakuparavat kupa vardhante vidhukantibihi. Kavayah paritushyanti na itare. Only broad-minded Vaishnavas who have the heart of a poet, paritushyanti, they will be satisfied with such presentations. Na itare, others who are not Vaishnavas will not be satisfied by kavi suktibihi, by the writings of the previous acharyas such as Sri Rupa Goswami. Only broad-minded Vaishnavas such as all of you will be satisfied with the writings of broad-minded devotees such as Sri Rupa Goswami. And the example is given, Nahi akuparavat kupa vardhante vidhukantibihi. Nahi akuparavat. The ocean swells under the full moon, dear devotees, because the ocean is very broad. But that the same moon is not able to swell the waters of the narrow well, dear devotees. So Sri Rupa Goswami's writings are like the full moon, and all of your hearts are like the broad ocean. And therefore, dear devotees, all of your hearts will certainly be moved by the writings of the full moon like Sri Rupa Goswami. Whereas if it would be some other audience of non-Vaishnavas, they would be like the water of the well. Does the water of the well swell under the full moon? No. But you need the ocean, broad ocean, to swell under the full moon. All of you are broad-minded exactly like the ocean. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for being broad-minded, for having the translation. Narottam Vilas Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
Only broad-minded poets experience delight and satisfaction by listening to poetry composed by other broad-minded poets. Narrow-minded individuals devoid of a poetic sense can never feel it. It is only the broad ocean that swells in the rays of the full moon and never the narrow wells.
So dear devotees, all of you are like the ocean on the left-hand side. And those who are not devotees, do not have heart for poetry, are exactly like the water of the well. Dear devotees, thank you for being broad-minded. Sri Rupa Goswami is the same full moon under the ocean and under the well, dear devotees. But it is broad-minded devotees like all of you who experience a change of heart on hearing these words of the previous acharyas. Dear devotees, I'll begin with a statement by Srila Prabhupada, and it's a very important, often quoted statement. Srila Prabhupada says in a single statement, a very important Siddhanta. Prabhu, kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says.
Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower.
So it's very important. In a single statement, eloquent truth has been spoken. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends mainly on something. What does it depend on? The attitude of the follower. And the attitude of the follower has to be very specific in order to make advancement. And when we say advancement, it doesn't mean advancement simply by the number of years that we have spent in the movement. From that point of view, many of us are very advanced, because some of us have spent 1 decade, some of us have spent 2 decades, some of us are born in the movement, dear devotees. From that point of view, we are very advanced, but that is not the advancement that Srila Prabhupada is speaking about. Advancement means to feel genuine, organic, innate affection and prema for Sri Krishna. That is what advancement means. Dear devotees, how many of us wish to feel genuine, organic, innate affection for Sri Krishna in our very lives, dear devotees? That is advancement. But that advancement depends on the attitude of the follower. It does not depend on following a mechanical regiment. Often acharyas compare love of Krishna to the love in the material world. And I'll ask all of you a very simple question, dear devotees. If there is a boy who wishes to fall in love with a girl, or if there is a girl who wishes to fall in love with a boy, is there any formula for falling in love? Please tell me. Is there a set of practices by which a boy or a girl who has not fallen in love will suddenly experience love? Advancement in love depends on the attitude of the person, isn't it, dear devotees? A similar expression is being made by Srila Prabhupada. To fall in love with Sri Krishna is not the result of any mechanical procedure. Sri Krishna is not a machine that you give some input and you get some output. That is not who Sri Krishna is. Sri Krishna is a person, and therefore falling in love with Sri Krishna requires us to have the proper attitude by which Sri Krishna will accept our love. Many individuals want to reduce bhakti into a formula, that I will give certain input, 16 plus 4. You know what is 16 plus 4, dear devotees? 16 rounds, 4 regulative principles, multiplied by 30 years. All right? 16 plus 4 multiplied by 30, input, Krishna Prem, output. Isn't it? That is not how it works, dear devotees. It has never worked like that. Therefore, I have given a specific topic to today's presentation. What is the name of the topic, if anybody remembers? Rarity of Prema. It is rarely attained. Sri Krishna doesn't agree easily to give his prema. If we analyze from the other scriptures, it is specified that bhakti is the easiest path to begin. In the Narad Bhakti Sutra, Sri Narad Muni specifies this. This is Sutra number 58 in Narad Bhakti Sutra. Srila Prabhupada and his disciples translated this literature. Please repeat the sutra after me. Anyasmat Saulabhyam Bhaktau. So, Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
Success is easier to attain by devotional service than by any other process.
So, dear devotees, which is the easiest form of yoga? Bhakti. There are many other forms of yoga that are described in the Bhagavad Gita. Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, Ashtanga yoga, and Bhakti yoga. Amongst all these forms of yoga, dear devotees, which form of yoga is the easiest? Bhakti yoga. What about Karma yoga? Is Karma yoga the easiest? Just perform your prescribed duties and offer the result to whom? Krishna. Isn't Karma Yoga the easiest? Easiest one? But Karma Yoga by itself is not a platform of perfection. Karma Yoga doesn't guarantee you attainment of the 4 goals of life, especially the 4th goal of life. What is the 4th goal of life? Moksha, liberation from this world. Karma Yoga can elevate you to other yogas such as Jnana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. But by itself, Karma Yoga is not a platform of perfection. Alright. Next is Jnana Yoga, dear devotees. Jai. Shishinitai Shachinandan ki jai. Dear devotees, next is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga itself requires a person to give up householder life and take full time to the process. In India, the traditional school of Jnana Yoga is by Sri Adi Shankaracharya, and none of the disciples of Sri Adi Shankaracharya were householders. It requires you to take sannyas in order to practice which yoga? Jnana Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga is, in modern day they call yoga, but modern day yoga is not Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga requires you to go to a secluded place in a forest and perform all the activities of Ashtanga Yoga in that secluded place. You cannot do it in front of a television. Dear devotees, it's not possible. So only one form of yoga will admit all of us. And what is that yoga, dear devotees? Bhakti Yoga. It's only Bhakti Yoga that will admit all of us into its practice. Therefore, as compared to other paths, which path is the easiest? Bhakti. And at the same time, dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami describes qualities of bhakti. Please repeat after me. Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laghuta Krit Sudurlabha. So these are the first four qualities of bhakti. Kleshagni. Bhakti is a lady. Alright, bhakti is not a masculine entity, bhakti is a feminine entity. Kleshagni, she destroys all distress. Shubhada, she bestows all auspiciousness. Moksha laghutakrit, she will trivialize the happiness of liberation. She is so joy-giving. But fourth one, can you repeat what is written in the red font? Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha. What is the meaning of Sudurlabha? Very rarely attained. On one hand, we are saying Sulabha, she is very easy. On the other hand, we are saying she is Sudurlabha, she is most difficult. Do we have a contradiction? Yes, and at the same time, no. The answer is that it is easiest to enter into the path of bhakti, but it is most difficult to come out on the other side and attain the final end of bhakti. What is the final end of bhakti? Liberation? Krishna Prem. Dear devotees, it is very difficult to attain Krishna Prem. It's very easy to enter. So many people enter into the path, but very few people are able to find their way through and make it to the other side and attain the final goal of life. And that goal, dear devotees, is going back to Godhead. The aim, dear devotees, is Krishna Prem. Going back to Godhead should be a side effect of attaining Krishna Prem. It should not be made into the main goal of devotional practices. Dear devotees, one of the reasons why it is so difficult to attain Krishna Prem is because Krishna himself does not want to give it so easily. And this is specified directly in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Is Krishna a machine or a person? Person. Dear devotees, and because he is a person, there is a statement made about him in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Please repeat after me. Muktim dadati karichismana bhakti yogam. Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attain liberation from the Lord very easily, but he does not very easily give the opportunity to render direct service unto him.
You will get liberation very easily. How many of you wish to just get out of this world and get out of suffering? Please raise your hands. Just, that's it. Nothing, no higher goal. I just want to get out of suffering. There are a few who raised hands, all right. It is very easy to get that. But how many of you want to enter into the personal quarters of Sri Krishna, have a peek into his personal life and become his personal associates? Why should he allow all of us? Because he is a field laborer in our garden selling kindness, isn't it, huh? His kindness cannot be taken for granted. So we cannot, his kindness is that he will give liberation unto anyone who is worthy. But we want to become his personal associates, enter into his personal abode, stay in close contact with him. Why should Bhagavan do that? Huh? He's our father? Yeah, father he is. But that is, you can attain Sri Krishna in that mood with awe and reverence. You know, Bhagavan is our father. Bhagavan says, all right, you stay away, pray to me, I'll remain your father. But if you want to have an up-close relationship with me in Goloka Vrindavan, I'm not going to give it so easily. And why is it, dear devotees? There is a very important reason behind all of this. Sri Krishna is hesitant in entering into a new relationship with a living entity. And why is Sri Krishna hesitant in entering into a new relationship with a living entity? Wonderful. So, he knows that all these people, they take the name Das and Dasi. What is the meaning of Das? Servant. They approach me with this name Das and Dasi. Prabhu, your name? Vidagdha Madhav Das. Whose servant are you, Prabhu? Krishna's servant. See, they take Krishna's, they take the name Das and they approach me. And if I accept them once, will I ever be able to send them back to the material world? No. Vidagdha Madhav Prabhu, let's say in this very life you attain perfection. We hope you attain, all right? Huh? You attain perfection, you go to Krishna's abode. After going to Krishna's abode, if you ask anything from Krishna, can Krishna say no to you? See, he's already confident, huh? That whatever he asks Krishna, Krishna will not be able to say no to him. So Prabhu, in the spiritual world, who is Das? Tell me. Think about it clearly. Who is responsible for fulfilling everyone's desire in the spiritual world? So who is Das? Don't lie, Prabhu. This diplomatic answer won't work, all right? Krishna has said in the 9th canto, Aham Bhakta Paradhino. I am a servant of my devotees. So, once again, Vidagdha Madhav Prabhu, please tell the absolute truth. In the spiritual world, who is Das? See how, what word jugglery, all right, dear devotees? Dear devotees, please help Vidagdha Madhav Prabhu and tell me, in the spiritual world, who is Das? Krishna. Wonderful. So all of you know that in the spiritual world, Krishna is going to become Das and we are going to tell Krishna our desires. Bhagavan, I want this. Bhagavan, I want that. And because you are his pure devotee, Bhagavan cannot say no. Isn't it, dear devotees? We have this confidence. And will Bhagavan ever send us back to this material world again? No. So shouldn't Bhagavan take his sweet time before accepting us? Of course we have desires, but those desires are not for one's own enjoyment. Those desires are for enjoyment along with Sri Krishna. The liberated jiva enjoys in the company of Bhagavan. And therefore you might have seen in the spiritual world many paintings where there's a cowherd boy who is giving a laddu to Krishna and snatching it away from his mouth. Have you seen those things? And then he eats half the laddu and Sri Krishna eats half. So dear devotees, do we enjoy in the spiritual world? Yes. Enjoy in whose association? Krishna. And if we have any desire, can Krishna say no? No, he cannot say no. So dear devotees, why should Krishna accept any one of us so easily? In our day-to-day relationships, in our life, when we get married, Do we get married to a random stranger, or do we check everything properly? What do we do? Or just a random stranger walking on the street, hey, I am in the prime of my life, so are you. How about we get married to each other? And it's like expecting the random stranger to say, yeah, wonderful, that sounds like a great idea. So dear devotees, should we expect the same to happen with Sri Krishna, or should Sri Krishna take his sweet time? What should Sri Krishna do? Right? That is the mature understanding. Bhagavan is not going to give prema so easily. Sometimes I say in Hindi, those who understand Hindi, thoda jhagad ke lena padega, You'll have to engage in a tug of war in order to get it from him. You're not going to get it so easily. Right? Sri Rupa Goswami has also told us that bhakti is sudurlabha. And what is the meaning of sudurlabha? Very rare. Durlabha is rare, sudurlabha is very rare. The reason why bhakti is sudurlabha, and Sri Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, one reason is because the devotee is not ready, doesn't have the proper attitude. The second reason is because Krishna is not ready. Krishna is not willing to give. He expresses it in a very simple verse in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Kindly repeat after me. Sadhanau ghairana sangay alabhya suchiradapi harina chashvadeyeti dvidha sasyat sudurlabha. Dvidha means for two reasons. Uttama bhakti, pure bhakti, prema is very rare. Dear devotees, please hear the two reasons. First reason is that devotee does not have proud. Sadhan aughair. Many devotees I will chant how many rounds? 64 rounds. And definitely Krishna should be pleased, isn't it? Isn't Krishna pleased when I chant 64 rounds, yes or no? Huh? Dear devotees, we have mixed reactions here. A person chants 16 rounds, one fine day he decides, I'm going to chant 64 rounds. Shouldn't they expect Krishna's mercy? What is happening to the devotees here? Everywhere I go, devotees say you should chant more, isn't it? Huh? Dear devotees, sadhana ghair, somebody may perform heaps of sadhan, but anasangair, Sri Rupa Goswami says, they don't have any affection in the heart. So even mass quantities of sadhana, without affection in the heart, alabhya, you will never attain Krishna prem. Suchiradapi, even if you perform such bhakti for a long duration of time. So those of us who are thinking, I'll go the extra mile and chant 64 rounds, 32 rounds, it's very good. But if it is anasanga, what is the meaning of anasanga? Without affection. If it is without affection, forget about it, dear devotees. And I always give this example. For example, see, Vidag Madhav Prabhu, you are my friend. Yes, Prabhu? All right. So, Vidag Madhav Prabhu is my friend. One fine day, Vidag Madhav Prabhu is very hungry. And then I am his friend, Narottam Vilas Prabhu is his friend. Both of us come to him and I tell Vidag Madhav Prabhu, Prabhu, you are hungry? Yes or no? Yes. I have gotten you 1 truckload of popcorn. And Narottam Vilas Prabhu says, Prabhu, you are hungry. I got you 1 small plate, but of the finest things that you like, rice, nice paneer sabji, sweet gulab jamun. So, Vidag Madhav Prabhu, are you going to accept my truckload of popcorn or the small plate of Narottam Vilas Prabhu?
Small plate.
But you are my friend, na Prabhu? Huh? Prabhu says, I got you big quantity, isn't it?
I appreciate.
You don't like my big quantity? I spent the entire night churning popcorn, Prabhu, to make it a truckload.
I'll take the popcorn.
But I don't want you. What is the reason, Vidak Madhav Prabhu?
I'll not be able to consume the truckload.
So dear devotees, the popcorn is 60% air. It is hollow, dear devotees, all right, huh? And it has no sneha in it. One meaning of sneha is affection. Another meaning of sneha is ghee, dear devotees, huh? Ghee or butter. So, but he has prepared nice paneer, butter, masala, dear devotee, all right, huh? So, Vidak Madhav Prabhu decides that the food which has been prepared with affection is the food that he wishes to have, even though it is lesser in quantity. And the food which I have prepared, even though it is greater in quantity, Vidak Madhav Prabhu has no affection for it, because simply quantity doesn't matter. So this is the first reason that Sri Rupa Goswami gives. Narottam Vilas Prabhu, kindly read the first reason.
When someone performs immense quantity of sadhana without genuine attachment, one certainly doesn't attain Uttama Bhakti even after prolonged time.
Even after prolonged time, you will not attain. It is not simply a matter of increasing your sadhan bhakti. There is something which is required, and that is highlighted in red. What is required, dear devotees? Genuine attachment is needed. And genuine attachment cannot be faked. It is not a product of material movement of senses. You cannot produce genuine attachment for Sri Krishna by simply materially moving your senses. And the second reason, Sri Rupa Goswami says it is rare to attain is because Krishna himself is not willing to give it so easily. Please read the second reason, Prabhu.
Even if one performs sadhana with genuine attachment, Hari doesn't bestow Uttama Bhakti so easily upon the sadhaka.
These are the two reasons why it is so rare to attain Uttama Bhakti. Many people enter into the path. Is it easy to enter into the path of Bhakti? Is it easy to come out on the other end and receive Sri Krishna Prema? No. Once again, I'll take you to the quote of Srila Prabhupada. Dear devotees, please repeat after me. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Isn't it? Somebody has a heart for loving Krishna, somebody doesn't have a heart for loving Krishna. Should a person who doesn't have a heart for loving Krishna, should they get prema? Why should they get? They are not capable of loving Krishna. They just want to perform some mechanical action and get a result. Why should Krishna fall in love with them? Is it only we who fall in love with Krishna, or does Krishna also have love for us? Why will Krishna fall in love with a person who doesn't have a heart? Huh? Because?
We are his kids.
No. We are his kids, so he is keeping us in the material world happily also, no problem. We want a personal relationship with him, and we cannot take it for granted. We can't go to Krishna that we belong to you, therefore you must accept us. Bhagavan says no. All of you are my living entity, so I will take care of you. I will always stay with you in your heart. I am doing that already. I am doing my duty. But if you want to have a personal relationship with me, that is not possible unless you have a heart to express prema. Therefore, dear devotees, it's very important that one should develop prema. Affection is very much needed in devotional life. There is a very sweet verse by Sri Rai Ramananda, which has been spoken in the Padyavali. It was originally recorded by Sri Rupa Goswami in the Padyavali, and this is the verse, dear devotees. The meter of the verse is Vasanta Tilakam. I'll try to sing it. Please repeat after me. Nanopachar krita pujana marta bandho. Nanopachar krita pujana marta bandho. प्रेम्णैव भक्तहृदयं सुखविद्रुतं स्यात् यावत् क्षुदस्ति जठरे जरठा पिपासा तावत् सुखाय भवतो ननु भक्ष्यपेये. Sri Rai Ramananda says, Nana upachara krita pujanam. Nana upachar, you may use various means to satisfy Shri Krishna. Artha bandho, and you may say he is Dina bandhu, he is merciful, he is kind, why should he not accept me? How many of you believe that Krishna is kind, therefore he must compulsorily accept us? Please raise your hands. A few of you said, right? Yeah. But Sri Rai Ramananda says, unless you add the salt of prema in all of your devotional activities, Bhagavan will not be happy. Dear devotees, all food items become tasty only when you add something to it. What should you add? Salt. Without adding the salt of prema, without adding the salt of affection, all of your devotional activities which are like dishes made for Bhagavan will not appear tasty to Bhagavan. Premnaiva bhakta, O devotee, only by doing it with affection, hridayam sukha vidrutam syat, will the heart of Bhagavan melt and will the heart of all of you melt, dear devotees, not otherwise. And dear devotees, if you are not willing to add prema, if we are not willing to add this affection in our day-to-day activities towards Bhagavan, what all activities do we perform towards Bhagavan? Can you please give me a few examples? Shravanam, all right. Japa, kirtanam, archanam, cooking. Dear devotees, we wish to have a relationship with Krishna. This relationship with Krishna should be based on affection. And I always give this example of arranged marriage. In almost all societies around the world, previously marriages were arranged. Nowadays, the system has changed. Previously, marriages were arranged. A boy and a girl would be told, you have to get married to each other. Parents would arrange the marriage. Dear devotees, on the first day the boy and the girl meet each other. The boy's parents tell the boy, when you're meeting the girl for the first time, you take a gift for her. And the girl's parents tell the girl, you're meeting him for the first time, you take a gift for him. Both of them meet each other on the instructions of the parents. This is first day of marriage, dear devotees. After 10 years, if they have to be told what to do. First day is all right, but if after 10 years they still have to be told how they should behave with each other, is the marriage going good? No. Something did not develop in the marriage. What did not develop, dear devotees? Affection did not develop. So on the first day we came to the temple, somebody handed us the beads and said, you should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. After 108 rounds you should flip the beads, alright? And then again continue to chant. And then after 108 you should flip and continue to chant. When you come you should pay obeisances, alright? This was day 1. After 10 years also, if we are doing the same mechanical regiment, is our relationship with Krishna going good? Dear Prabhus, all of you, Vaishnavas, how about, those of you who got married, let's say you have a wife, every morning 6:30 she says, I have cooked breakfast for you, okay? Oats and milk. Alright, every morning, 6:30, oats and milk and oats for you, alright? Is it okay for you? Yeah, alright? Day 2, Shrikar Prabhu says yes, chalo. He fell in the trap. Shrikar Prabhu fell in the trap, alright? So, Shrikar Prabhu. Next morning, 6:30, milk and oats.
I'm fine with it for 365.
This continues for 10 years, Prabhu, and she does not show any affection towards you. 6:30 every morning, milk and oats. You're okay with such a marriage? No. Something is lacking in the marriage, Shrikar Prabhu. What do you expect?
I expect something. I expect variety.
Oh, wow. Do we have a marriage bureau here, Prabhu? We'll write in Srikar Prabhu's biodata. He expects variety, all right? Yeah, he wants a box of chocolates, Prabhu. You're okay with 95% dark chocolate, Prabhuji?
I like no chocolate more.
Oh. So dear devotees, most of us don't simply expect that at 6:30 we'll have breakfast in the morning every day monotonously. We want something to be present in the relationship. What do we want? Affection should be there. And if for the ladies, the husband at the end of the month comes and say, here is my monthly salary, keep it. All right? Every week, here is my weekly salary, keep it. Is that all right?
No.
But he's doing his duty. Oh, you expect much more, isn't it? Huh? So dear devotees, Bhagavan also expects the same from us. Prem naiva bhakta. Oh dear devotees, only by prema will Bhagavan become happy and will all of us become happy. So every morning, Bhagavan, here are your 16 rounds. Please accept it. Isn't it? Huh? Every morning, 6:30, Bhagavan, here are your 16 rounds. I finished it before 6:30. So, is our relationship going okay? Something might be missing, dear devotees, and what is missing is prema, affection might be missing. And Sri Rai Ramananda says, Yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa. Most people are not able to give that affection to Bhagavan. Why? Because most people are already satisfied in their lives. They do not feel the need for this affection towards Bhagavan. Most people are satisfied in their material lives. So if a person is fully satisfied for eating, he doesn't want to eat anymore. If you present to them any nice food stuff, what will they eat? Only a hungry person and a thirsty person will enjoy food and drinks. Similarly, only if we are hungry for that prema, will we exhibit that prema towards Bhagavan, not otherwise. Dear devotees, here is the translation of that verse.
Dear devotee, the heart of Krishna melts in bliss only by genuine prema, not simply by elaborate worship done using various paraphernalia. Food and drinks appear pleasing to an individual only to the degree that they are hungry or thirsty.
So to the degree that we are hungry for Bhagavan, to that degree we will exhibit sneha, affection for Bhagavan. To the degree that we are thirsty for attaining Bhagavan is the degree that we will exhibit sneha, affection for Bhagavan. And if we are already satisfied in our material life and Bhagavan is just a distant entity who is, Bhagavan, you are okay there, I am okay here, If that is our relationship with Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will never come near us, dear devotees. Because we are already satisfied. Why should Bhagavan come near us? It is only a person who has that deep hankering for Bhagavan to whom Bhagavan will approach. Dear devotees, therefore, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, we have to gradually progress on the path. A question was asked to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which process should a practitioner who is full of anarthas, dear devotees, what is anarthas? Unwanted desires, follow for chanting Bhagavan's Naam? Prabhu, kindly read Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's answer slowly.
Every day, a person should give up the disturbance caused by material enjoyment and chant with love for a while in a solitary place.
All right. Every day, a devotee should give up the material disturbance caused by enjoyment. All the disturbance that is caused by day-to-day life, give up, sit in a solitary place, and then the devotee should chant with, dear devotees, what does Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur say? Chant with love. It's so important. All the acharyas are speaking in a straight line, in a solitary place. Why does he recommend a solitary place? Can anybody tell me? No disturbance. Dear devotees, love is expressed in a public place or in a solitary place. So dear devotees, it's very important that when we sit with Bhagavan, we should also sit in a solitary place. Often I was told, you should have a tree house. You know what's a tree house, dear devotees? A tree house is a place, I come from India, we never built tree houses. Only after coming to the Western world, I learned what a tree house is. But in my village, I had a traditional home, and in the upper floor of the home was completely vacant. Whenever I wanted some alone time, I would go sit there, dear devotees. So that's similar to having a tree house. I'm asking all of you a question. Have we built our tree house with Krishna? You don't have to answer to me, all right? You answer to yourself. Have we built our tree house with Sri Krishna? If the answer is no, we need to do something, dear devotees. Love is a very private affair. It cannot be expressed in public. In public, we get together on Sundays and we may make a show of bhakti often. But dear devotees, it is only in private that genuine love for Bhagavan is manifest. When the camera is on, you can see here there's a camera that is on, and I'm behind the mic, I am a different person. And as soon as the camera is switched off, I'll be a different person, isn't it? All of us are like that. The genuine level of advancement that we have is that when nobody is watching us and we are privately dealing with Sri Krishna. That is our true level of advancement. And often in a society, in front of other people, we'd like to pretend to be a good devotee, isn't it? But our genuine level of advancement is that when no cameras are watching and nobody else is watching, dear devotees. When we are in our tree house with Bhagavan, that is when we are our true selves. Please read ahead, Prabhu.
Gradually, he should try to increase the duration of this process. Finally, a wonderful mood will be awakened in him and will remain all the time.
So gradually he should try to increase the amount of time he spends in the tree house with Bhagavan, and then that mood will be awakened. Love of Krishna is a very private affair. Alright, we may meet devotees on Sundays, on programs, but our main advancement is made in a solitary place with Sri Krishna. This is the point which Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur recommends for advancement on the path. Then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also tackles the question of quantity and quality. Question, is it beneficial to chant more rounds without any feelings and eagerness? Please read the answer, Prabhu.
One should try hard to chant the holy names of Krishna clearly and lovingly, rather than trying to increase the number of rounds.
This is the direct answer by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What is recommended, dear devotees? Quantity or quality? Quality. A bare minimum quantity should be there. And all of us can decide the quantity. If we are initiated by a guru, that quantity is decided by the guru, between the guru and the disciple. So we should not fall below that quantity, but in that quantity we should try to develop more affection before we try to increase the quantity. In that quality, we should try to improve the quality in that number, not blindly try to increase the number, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada also emphasized this very same point. Alright, dear devotees? Here is a statement by Srila Prabhupada, Narottam Vilas Prabhu. Kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says.
Goswamis, they kept a number, a numerical strength. Haridas Thakur kept the biggest. Others, they also kept, but not so big. But according, because just like Rupa Goswami, he had to write so many books, so he was not keeping such a big number as 3 lakhs. But there was some numerical. Similarly, we must have some numerical strength, and we have minimized.
Jai. Shri Shri Nitai Shachinandan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So Prabhu, please read from the beginning. Devotees, please pay close attention to what Srila Prabhupada is saying about quantity and quality. Please read from the beginning, Prabhu.
Goswamis, they kept a number, a numerical strength. Haridas Thakur kept the biggest. Others, they also kept, but not so big. But according, because just like Rupa Goswami, he had to write so many books, so he was not keeping such a big number as 3 lakhs. But there was some numerical. Similarly, we must have some numerical strength, and we have minimized. I know that you are coming from a different source, so according to time, according to circumstances, even there is no limit. You can chant more than 16, 1600 times, there is no. But practically we see that even chanting 16 rounds becomes difficult. So don't try to imitate, but do it properly. What is advised by a spiritual master without any offense. That mantra will save you from the dangers of Maya. That's a fact.
So dear devotees, Srila Prabhupada also is highlighting here, try to chant without offenses, try to chant as purely as possible. That is the mantra which will definitely bestow Shri Krishna Prema. Initially, dear devotees, we do not have Krishna Prema. At this stage, do we have Krishna Prema? No. So how will we finally have Shri Krishna Prema? I'll give you a small idea about it. By coming in contact with a devotee who already has Krishna Prema, or by coming in contact with an advanced devotee, we get an idea of what Krishna Prema is. And a small quantity of Krishna Prema is called, please repeat, Sneha. What is it called? Sneha is small quantity of affection. You introduce a small quantity of affection in your day-to-day practice. And dear devotees, it is just like turning milk into yogurt. If you have a big can of milk and you want to turn it into yogurt, you need to add a little quantity of something. What do you need to add? Yogurt. Little yogurt you need to add. And after some time, that little amount of yogurt turns the milk completely into what? Yogurt. So you don't need to have complete prema initially. Initially you need to add a little amount of sneha. What is sneha, dear devotees? Affection. And prema is deep, innate, organic, natural love. But initially we need to add a little quantity of sneha. And once we add a little quantity of sneha, little genuine affection for Bhagavan, gradually our progress on the path begins. So this is what Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas have also said. Gradually, dear devotees, we will start hankering for prema. As Sri Rupa Goswami has said in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Please repeat after me. Kadaham yamuna tire namani tava kirtayan udbashpah pundarikaksha rachayishyami tandavam. Kada aham yamuna tire namani tava kirtayan. O Bhagavan, O lotus-eyed Krishna, when will it be that on the banks of the Yamuna, as I sing your names, I will shed tears of love, tears of prema, and dance in great joy. Dear devotees, this is the aspiration of the Goswamis, the aspiration of the previous acharyas. How many of us wish to attain prema like Sri Rupa Goswami? Please raise your hands. No? Dear devotees, it is only possible if we begin to add a little quantity of something in our daily practices. What should we add, dear devotees? Sneha. And what does sneha mean? Affection. A little bit of affection should be added to our daily practices. And once we add a little bit of affection, and affection, how does affection look like? Please repeat after me. Krishna, is mine. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? Not only saying that mechanically, but feeling it in your heart. Krishna, is mine. Mamatva. That little affection is needed in the beginning. Otherwise, Krishna will remain far away. Krishna, you are the Supreme Lord, I am here far away. So Krishna will never become ours. Sneha means, what does sneha mean, dear devotees? Krishna is mine. Alright? So it's very important to have that feeling of I and mine in relationship with Krishna. What is I and mine? I belong to whom? Krishna. And Krishna is? Mine. So I and mine in relationship with Krishna is needed. Otherwise it is never going to work. Mamatvati shayankita. Sri Rupa Goswami says you need to have mamatva. I and mine in relationship with Sri Krishna. Therefore, dear devotees, Sri Rupa Goswami finally prays as follows. Please repeat after me. Yuvati nam yatha yuni yunam cha yuvatau yatha manobhiramate tadvan मनोभिरमतां त्वयि युवतीनाम यथा योनि. O Bhagavan, just as the minds of young women take pleasure in thinking of young men, and yunam cha yuvatau yatha, just as the minds of young men take pleasure in thinking of young women. Mano abhiramate, just as these two think about each other with deep, intense, attached love. Mano abhiramatam tvai, let me also think of you with the same degree of attachment. Dear devotees, this is Sri Rupa Goswami's prayer towards Sri Krishna. And dear devotees, once that is attained, then everything in the material world will gradually fade away by the power of this bhakti, attachment, prema. And then you will find all relationships in the material world cannot compare to this relationship with Bhagavan. I will end with a final verse by Sri Jiva Goswami. It's a very wonderful verse, dear devotees. Once you start experiencing prema, once you start experiencing bhakti rasa, it will become very joyous for all of you. All right. Can we have everybody do from a distance? Yes, thank you. Dear devotees, finally when affection develops, you will start experiencing something known as, please repeat, bhakti ras. And this bhakti ras will trivialize all other forms of happiness in the world. Sri Jiva Goswami says in the Gopal Champu, this verse is in the meter Malini, and I will try to sing every line by breaking it into two parts. Please repeat after me. Yadamita rasa shastre Vyanji Vaidagdhya Vrindam Tadanumapi na vetum Kalpate lo Tadakhil Methunamajita gopi Rupame tadvibhati. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Yad Amita Rasa Shastre. Amita means infinite, and Rasa Shastra means love literature of this world. There is infinite romantic literature in this world, dear devotees. Can you please tell me which is the best love story here in the material world, in the Western world? Can you please tell me? Romeo and Juliet. All right. Whenever I ask this question, I get the same answer. The best love story, dear devotees, is Romeo and Juliet. All right. From the Indian subcontinent, do you know of any love stories, the best love stories in the material world in the Indian subcontinent? Nal Damayanti, Hi Ranja. All right. Huh? Radha Krishna? No. Material world. Okay, wonderful. Nala Damayanti, all right, so many wonderful stories are there. And you can also see that story of Ganga and Shantanu, dear devotees. Huh? Thank you. Shantanu and Ganga, Nala Damayanti, and there are so many. In the Western world, there is Romeo and Juliet. Does Romeo and Juliet end on a happy note or on a sad note? Sad note, all right, dear devotees, no problem. It ends on a sad note, but nonetheless, it is a very wonderful love story. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Yad Amita Rasa Shastre. Take all these infinite romantic literature of the material world, Vyanji Vaidagdhya Vrindam, and take all the expertise of love that has been described in all these romantic literature in the material world. Right now, we are speaking only of which world? Material world. And material romance, and take all the expertise of that romance. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Tad anumapi na vetum kalpate kami loka. Kami loka means the average person walking on the street cannot experience even a tiny fragment of what is described even in these material literature. How many of you experience love like Romeo and Juliet in your life? Please raise your hands. How many of you like almost died for love? Huh? Please raise your hands. Nobody, right? Sri Jiva Goswami is correct. The average person on the street cannot experience even a tiny atom of what is described even in which world, dear devotees? Material world. Look at the condition of the living entities. And then, dear devotees, once you start understanding the culture of the spiritual world, and how the love affairs of Sri Sri Radha Krishna were. Tad akhilam api yasya prema sindhau. All this material expertise will become nothing in front of the vast ocean of love of a particular divine couple. And which is that divine couple, dear devotees? Ajita Gopi. Ajita is Sri Krishna, Gopi is Sri Radharani. Rupame tad vibhati. That love of Bhagavan is incomparable. Love of Sri Sri Radha Krishna is incomparable, because this love has the opposite ends of both. The entire spectrum of prema is present here. There are two banks of the river of prema. What are the two banks, dear devotees? Anybody knows? Union, separation. In the material world, either we have excessive union or we have excessive separation, both of which kills love in the material world. Excessive union kills love like nothing else, dear devotees. And excessive separation does that too. So in the pastimes of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, you have the complete spectrum of union and separation introduced at the perfect times, with all the flavors of prema that an ordinary person in the material world cannot even dream of obtaining in their lives. Dear devotees, once a person obtains this rasa, there is no going back, and then a person never looks into this material world again. Param drishtva nivartate. A person finally attains higher taste and gets rid of all material negativities in life. Dear devotees, Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
In the limitless expanse of Rasa literature, an enormous variety of romantic expertise has been expressed by the great poets. The typical lusty person cannot grasp even a tiny atom of that vast expertise. Now, all that romantic expertise of Rasa literature becomes absolutely insignificant in comparison to the ocean of prema of a particular divine couple. That couple, having the eternal form of Radha Krishna, appears to be the most splendid in the entirety of creation.
So dear devotees, please raise your hands. How many of us wish to experience the complete spectrum of prema, from separation all the way to union and all the flavors in between? Please raise your hands. Oh wow, all of you wish to relish, isn't it? And how many of us wish to relish a mere tiny fragment of it in the material world, dear devotees? Please raise your hands. Oh no, even theoretically we are not ready. Huh? When we actually start relishing the waves of prema of Sri Sri Radha Krishna, our life will be successful. We will have understood what is attachment, and we'll express that attachment in our day-to-day practices. Only then will bhakti become easy. Otherwise, bhakti will remain rare for us. It will remain like a mystery which is eternally unresolved. All right, dear devotees, I'll pause at this point of time. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit vidvam sahapurayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva menahi. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit. It is possible that I might have made a mistake in speaking something. If I have made a mistake, vidvam saha, you are learned devotees, purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit. But if there was anything nice in the presentation, please remember, tad guroreva. It belonged to my gurus, me nahi. It doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. So, how much time do we have, Prabhu, for Q&A? Time stopped? Okay. So we can have some time for Q&A, dear devotees. We should give the mic to anybody who wishes to ask a question. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My question was, I know you talked about how solitude is important for cultivating.
Solitude, yeah.
For like chanting japa for Krishna one-on-one time when no one is looking. But I wanted to hear your thoughts about chanting japa with other devotees.
All right. Chanting japa with other devotees. First and foremost, we should understand that there is immense value in chanting in solitude. The previous acharyas have expressed that. If you see the videos of Srila Prabhupada performing japa, in most of the videos of Srila Prabhupada performing japa, he is alone in his room chanting japa. Somebody is recording him. You might have seen. No? For those of, how many of us have seen Srila Prabhupada performing japa? Please raise your hands. Yeah. Was he alone or with a group of big devotees? Alone. Most of the times he is performing japa is when he was alone in his room. So that thing we should understand, that solitary japa has great importance. At the same time, if there is a newcomer or a practicing devotee who feels that they are not able to do justice to their japa when they are doing it in a solitary fashion, and they need some guidance and encouragement from others, then they can certainly sit in a group and perform that japa. But ultimately, after learning from the various devotees how to concentrate your mind, how to have affection for Krishna, ultimately development of prema, development of affection, Prabhu, you tell me, should it be done in a public place or a solitary place?
Solitary place.
So that is it. All right, in the beginning, you may take help from other devotees to help you in your japa, but ultimately, japa also has to be a solitary activity. In Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami describes two separate limbs. Dear devotees, please repeat: japa, kirtan. Japa is a solitary activity primarily, kirtan is a congregational activity. So japa and kirtan are two different limbs of bhakti described in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. We can also do japa with the devotees, but when we are doing japa with devotees, we should understand one thing: we should facilitate every devotee so that they can hear whose voice? Their own voice. Sometimes we shout onto other devotees so that they can hear my voice. All right, Srikar Prabhu, let's say this morning you and me are sitting, okay? And today you want to give me the entire benefit of japa. All right, so I am trying to chant silently and you please try to give me the benefit of loud japa. All right, let's begin, Prabhu. All right? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
So, Acha. Dear devotees, often you might have had this experience, huh? Yes, dear devotee. So, the other devotee is so enthusiastic about his japa, he overrides your japa and then you can hear his japa instead of hearing your own voice. In japa, whose voice are we supposed to hear? Our own voice. And if Srikar Prabhu is shouting out so loud, then I can say to Srikar Prabhu, you are making it very easy for me, because whose voice am I supposed to hear? No, your voice, right? Huh? If I'm supposed to hear your voice, it's very easy. I'll just flip the beats, you do the chanting. All right, Prabhu? I said, we have a deal. Okay, Prabhu? I'll just flip the beats and count. And you do the hard work and chant. Huh? Because finally, I am supposed to hear whose voice? Srikar Prabhu's voice? No, I am supposed to hear my own voice. So we should let other devotees hear their own voice, even if we are sitting in a group. All right, so that is the sum and substance of what I want to say. We sit in a group so that we can encourage each other, but even in a group, we should all chant softly so that everybody can hear their own voice. In Sanskrit, it is called upamshu japa, soft utterance of japa. And kirtan is a congregational activity. In kirtan, you sing as loudly as possible, dear devotees, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. All right, huh? So sing as loudly as possible. But in japa is a solitary activity. All right. When Rath Yatra comes up, Rath Yatra is an event for japa or kirtan? Kirtan. Many people are having their hands in the bead bag during Rath Yatra. All right. So dear devotees, at that time they should be told, humbly told, politely told, Prabhu, this is a festival not for japa, it is a festival for kirtan. All right. So this is how it can be resolved. I hope that answers your query.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Please take the mic, Prabhu. Yes.
My question is with regards to this. There is the verse that says, Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. It talks about kirtan, sankirtan, doesn't refer to japa. Can you shed some light into that?
Yeah. So there is a song by Sri Narottam Das Thakur which says, Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. So Harinam Sankirtan is nothing but the wealth of prema that has descended from Goloka Vrindavan. And primarily the Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga, is it japa or is it kirtan? Kirtan. The first activity that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did after waking up in the morning was japa or kirtan? Durab bhage Dvijamani Gora Amani Jage. So when the sun arose in the eastern horizon, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu woke up. Why did he wake up so late? Question. Previous night, Kirtan was going late night, till 2 o'clock in the night. All right, devotees have to sleep, isn't it? Huh? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees woke up after sunrise. Bhakat samuha laya sathe gela nagar braje. Taking all the devotees with him, he went to the center of the town. And what did they do? Tathai, tathai, bajala khol. The mridang was sounding. Gana, gana, tahe, jhajera roll. The jhanj was playing. Dear devotees, this is japa or kirtan, Prabhu? So the first thing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did early in the morning was kirtan. Late at night, what was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing? Japa or kirtan? Kirtan. What is the yoga dharma? Kirtan. So kirtan is the yoga dharma. Frankly speaking, it is Harinam Sankirtan which is the yoga dharma, and that is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought to us. Then why do we perform japa? That also a natural question arises. It is because kirtan is a congregational activity, and we also need a form of sadhana which we can perform when nobody else is there. I hope you are able to understand. Kirtan requires multiple people. Sankirtan requires multiple people. But does japa require multiple people or only one person? One person. So we should also have a sadhana related to Harinam which involves only one person, that is ourselves. So that sadhana is japa, solitary utterance of names, and kirtan is congregational utterance of names. So the Guru gives us a vow in relationship to japa, so that most of the times when we are alone we can still remember Shri Krishna. But the Yuga Dharma will always remain kirtan, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Alright? The previous acharyas say, when you utter japa loudly so that another person can hear, it is vachik japa, it becomes like kirtan. I hope you are able to understand. It becomes somewhat like kirtan, but it cannot replace kirtan in the association of various devotees. So that is the answer to your query. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Param Karuna Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. On the similar line, Prabhuji, could you differentiate between Sankirtan and Kirtan? What I have understood is Sankirtan is when it is with the group, but Kirtan could potentially be, like you said, Vachik Japa, or I have seen some devotees, even in solitary place, they pick up their mridanga and just start Kirtan.
Right.
Just alone.
Right.
So could you just clarify the finer aspects?
Sure. So I will share a quote from the Bhakti Sandarbha of Sri Jiva Goswami. Dear devotees, those of you who can, I will zoom it so that we can see again. Please repeat after me. Bahubir militva kirtanam sankirtanam iti uchyate. Sri Jiva Goswami says in Anuched 269 or 269th paragraph of Bhakti Sandarbha, Bahubhir militva kirtanam, when many people get together and perform kirtan, it is called as what? Sankirtan. This is the official definition of Sankirtan in the Sampradaya. Bahubhir is plural case. In Sanskrit, plural starts with how many people? 2 or 3? In English, plural case starts with how many people? 2. But Sanskrit also has a dual case. So in Sanskrit, plural starts with minimum how many people? 3 people. So minimum how many people are required to call it Sankirtan? 3. Maximum any number of people can be there. Minimum number of people is 3. Often you might have visited Vrindavan or Mayapur. You may go to an old mutt where 3 babas are sitting, 3 sadhus are sitting. One is with a harmonium, one is with a mridanga, one is with a kartal. They are fulfilling the basic requirement to call it what? Sankirtan. Lesser than 3, call it kirtan. 3 or more than 3, you can call it what? Sankirtan. So this is the difference between kirtan and sankirtan according to Sri Jiva Goswami. A person can sing alone, but it will be called as what? Kirtan. And when 3 or more get together, you can call it Sankirtan. That is the basic difference between Kirtan and Sankirtan. Right? So that is the answer. Alright. Anybody else? Yes, Balnitai Prabhu. We also want to give some opportunity to the Vaishnavis, so after you we will see if there is some Vaishnavi. Yes, Prabhu.
You mentioned that in order for prema to awaken, we should be in the company of one who has prema.
Yeah.
Can you describe how to see who has this prema?
How do we see who has this prema? The answer is we cannot see who has prema.
How do we recognize who to associate with?
Yeah.
So that we can also...
So how do we recognize who to associate with so that we can also get prema? So ideally a person who has prema is a person who acts as our guru on this path. Either Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru. Any one of them must be having this qualification of prema. But how do we recognize that? It is impossible to recognize from by our own consideration. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also described it. There was a book that was written about it, How to Find Guru. Alright? And in this Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was asked, how will I be able to recognize someone as a bona fide spiritual master? Means someone who has prema. Alright? You can see from that angle, Prabhu, or is it difficult for you? Okay. Can you please read what he's saying?
When you make judgments based on your own intelligence, that such and such a person is guru, you are in fact projecting the qualities of guru on him. Such a person is never truly the guru. In such cases, you are thinking that the guru is someone under your control or within the purview of your sensory knowledge. When Krishna himself descends to send you someone to act as your spiritual master, that person will be manifest before you as the Mahant Guru.
So only Krishna can send. All we can do is, we can sincerely pray to Bhagavan, Bhagavan, I have no capacity to see who has your prema, who doesn't have your prema. Bhagavan, looking at the sincerity within my heart, can you please arrange such a personality in my life? And when that happens, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the Supreme Lord acts as a Guru in two ways. As the Chaitya Guru, as Paramatma within the heart, and as externally as the Mahanta Guru or the pure devotee. And he says, if I am sincere, and that is a big if, dear devotees, if I am sincere, then the Lord reveals the Mahanta Guru to me. We can go to 1,000 different people with a petition in hand, but until the one person who can approve our application approves it, we get nowhere. The Supreme Lord is that person. Why he does or does not approve our request is something we cannot fathom. He is not forced to approve our request. He says he is not a field laborer working in our personal garden. All right? It's a Hindi saying, Bagiche ka mali. All right? He is not a field laborer working in our personal garden. We have to be patient and wait. In the meantime, we should prepare ourselves by cultivating a service attitude and trying to eliminate extraneous desires. If we pray sincerely for the Lord's blessing, then He will graciously bless us. Through His grace, we will find a bona fide spiritual master. And He doesn't say without a praman. Then He quotes Chaitanya Charitamrita. Dear devotees, please repeat after me. Krishna yadi kripa kare, kauna bhagyavane, Guru antaryami rupe, Shikhaye apane. When Krishna decides to be kind to some fortunate soul, then he personally directs that person from within as the super soul and from outside as the spiritual master, the pure devotee. So dear devotees, Prabhu, this is how it works. Not by our own efforts, Bhagavan will send. Do we have the requisite faith in the process that Bhagavan can send us? Yes. Or is the universe working by chance, dear devotees? Not by chance. Is there somebody in charge of the universe? Can he read the desires in our heart? Do we have faith that if we are sincere, he will send us to the proper person? Then all we need to do is pray to Bhagavan, and according to the degree of our sincerity, Bhagavan will send us that devotee, and Bhagavan will also make sure that the day we see this person, we will know that this person is the answer to all my prayers. Finally, I found that person. Isn't it? Bhagavan will give us that strong indication in our heart. Finally, I found that person whom I was looking for since many, many lives. And after finding that person, please remain in close contact of that person, render service to that person, hear from that person, learn from that person. Because that person is our gateway to earning affection. And affection is the gateway to prema. And prema is the gateway to Bhagavan's heart. So I hope that answer satisfies your query. All right, some query from the Vaishnavis also? Okay, Shikhar Prabhu. Anybody from Shikhar Prabhu, you had a question? Okay. But there is one Mataji, then we'll come to Shikhar Prabhu. Yeah, Mataji, you can ask. You get preference this time. Okay, then we'll go back to Shikhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Throughout this lecture, you mentioned the importance of association a few times and how important it is for us to have association with devotees, especially if we want to achieve Krishna Prema. But in this material world, we are surrounded by people who are not devotees, especially through school, our friends from school and work. So we grow up with those relationships. So as we are trying to achieve Krishna Prema, how do we balance those relationships? In order to get to that level, do we have to cut out all those relationships, or can we still, strike a balance?
Yeah, we should never cut out any relationship immaturely. That is the direct answer to the query. Why should we cut a relationship in which there is a lot of affection present? So we have affection for our relatives, for our parents, for our family. Why should we cut those relationships? Sri Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to cut off his relationships at one point of time, but it was not a mature stage. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, for the time being, you stay where you are. All right? And for the time being, even if there is material enjoyment in those relationships, you continue where you are. Within your heart, you become detached. For milk to boil, it takes some time. All right? And therefore, even in our lives, it should take some time for Krishna Prema to boil over. We cannot immediately expect or unnaturally expect to cut our relationships and then get Krishna Prema. The diminishing of prema in other relationships should happen as a natural result of our increasing prema for Sri Krishna. It should not be done it should not be considered as a prerequisite. And therefore, while working in the world, we will gradually realize that as our prema for Sri Krishna is increasing, gradually we'll understand that our affection in other relationships is no longer the same. And when that happens naturally, organically, at that point of time, we can take a decision about it. There were so many acharyas who continued to be in family life, even though they had immense love for Sri Krishna. And then there were some who could not tolerate and who said, I'll give up some relationships. Both cases are present. You can decide on a case-to-case basis, but premature giving up of relationships just so that I can attain prema is not recommended in Shastra. You said something about balance. Often people ask me about balance. How can we balance? Truly speaking, and I'm making this statement, if we have genuine love is something which is worth losing your balance for. I hope you're able to understand. Genuine love doesn't seek balance. Genuine love seeks losing of balance. But if we don't have it right now, that is why we have questions regarding balance. Isn't it? Genuine love is something which makes you lose your balance. It doesn't make you feel balanced. So that is what will ultimately happen. Let it happen naturally, organically, let it take its sweet time. All right? Till the time being, you can balance. No problem. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Then we'll come to Shikhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, as we are speaking how from Sneha to Prema, is it right to understand that Krishna gives his Prema in installments?
No, Krishna is not working a mortgage plan here. No. Krishna will. Does it give it in installments? No. Please try to understand, the acharyas have compared it often to material relationships. When a boy and a girl fall in love, does the boy experience love in installments, or does he experience a natural cycle of increasing love? What do they experience?
Gradually.
Natural cycle of increasing love. So you can say there's a installments, but I would rather say it is a natural progressive curve of increasing affection, rather than chunks of installments. Right? So what you experience is a gradual, a continuous curve of increasing prema of Bhagwan. That is as it works in material relationships, many things in the spiritual world also work in the similar way. All right, so that is the answer to your query. Okay, thank you. Shrikar Prabhu, you had a question. Jai Sachinandan Prabhu, you tell me when to stop. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for the wonderful lectures, as always. My question is kind of an ignorant question, but I'll ask it anyway. In material relationships, I can understand that separation is more pleasurable than union. Like, I can understand if I'm missing a certain person, the anticipation of seeing that person is greater. But it's very confusing for me how, it's just because of my ignorance, it's very confusing for me how in a spiritual relationship with Krishna, it is much more difficult, or the separation is much more, that anticipation is much more pleasurable than the union.
All right.
And then the second point is the crookedness, like the Tribhanga verse, for example, or banter like this is also very difficult for me to understand. Like, how can Krishna be so crooked?
Yeah.
So can you elaborate further on that?
So in the spiritual world, separation is supremely joyous. And we should not speak without praman. Obviously, there is praman from the Laghu Bhagavatamritam of Sri Rupa Goswami. Swami says, Vraje prakate leelayam trin masan viraho amuna. When Krishna was in Vrindavan, Krishna departed, and there was separation between Krishna and the Vrajavasis. And the answer, in the commentary, Sri Baladev Vidyabhushan says something, and please repeat after me, dear devotees. Viraha, Ananda, Aswada, Nirbharo. This gave a big chunk of relishment of the joy of separation to the Vrajavasis. Viraha, Ananda. What is Ananda? Bliss. What is Viraha? Separation. Viraha, Ananda, Aswad. The relishment, Nirbharo, big chunk. Heaps of relishment of separation. Now, how does separation become joyous? That is the question? Okay. Separation becomes joyous because in the material world, situations are not experienced through the framework of rasa. But in the spiritual world, all situations are experienced through the framework of rasa. And the framework of rasa has the capacity to change a so-called painful situation into a supremely joyous situation. In the material world also, you can experience a painful situation through the framework of rasa. For example, the most common medium of experiencing rasa is natya, drama. You go watch a drama. So when you go watch a drama, let's say the drama is about Ram Leela, Bhagwan Ram's pastimes. And then there is the pastime of Bharat, the brother of Bhagwan Ram, coming to convince Bhagwan Ram that Bhagwan, please come back to the kingdom because you have gone to the forest. And does Bhagwan Ram agree to come back to the kingdom? No, he doesn't agree. And then Bharat says, I would like to take your footwear and put it on the, simhasan, on the royal throne. I will not rule, you will rule. So Bharat tries his best to convince Sri Ram. Sri Ram doesn't agree. Finally, Bharat takes the slippers on his head and then turns to the direction of Ayodhya. That is the time when all the residents of Ayodhya start crying out loudly, because they know that now there is no chance of Sri Ram coming back to Ayodhya for the next 14 years. Everybody in the stage, all the actors who are playing the roles of the residents of Ayodhya start crying. Seeing this, a generalized version of that emotion of piteousness enters into the heart of the audience. This process is in technical terms of Rasa Shastra is called Sadharanikaran. Sadharanikaran is a generalized version of that emotion enters into your heart. And when that happens, the audience also starts crying. So somebody may be sitting next to me, is part of the audience. He's also crying because he's seeing that Bharat is separating from his brother Ram. So I can ask him, why are you crying? Your brother is sitting right next to you. Why are you crying? I hope you're able to understand. So because Sadharanikaran is the process by which Ras makes a difficult situation joyous. And when he comes out of the theater, he says, what a wonderful drama it was, I'd like to watch it again. Isn't it, huh? But was it joyous or painful? So why do people say that some of the most painful dramas, when they come out, they say it was, what a wonderful drama, I'd love to watch it again.
The difference is that we're spectator in the drama. Now that there's someone who's the actor in the drama, or like not even an actor, but they're actually in that position.
Wonderful. In the material world, if you're actually in the position, you'll feel a lot of pain in the heart, isn't it? But when you're viewing it through the via medium of drama, it is that rasa which changes that painful situation into a which situation? Joyous situation. In the spiritual world, you are associating directly with Akhila Rasamrita Murti, Sri Krishna, the personality whose body is made out of rasa. So you don't need drama to change a difficult situation into a joyous one. The personality himself is exuding unlimited bhakti rasa from his body. I hope you are able to understand. So, in the material world, which is a handicapped place, you need to find the via medium of a drama to change painful situations into joyous ones. But in the spiritual world, where the personification of all rasas is in front of you, and you are directly exchanging situations of rasa with him, do you need the handicapped medium of drama to experience rasa? No, because the personality himself is full of rasa. I hope you are able to understand. In the material world, you are separated from a girl, but is the girl full of rasa? No. So you feel pain, isn't it? Huh? But when you see the same situation in a drama, the principle of rasa comes and changes it into joy. But in the spiritual world, you are separated from Krishna. Is Krishna full of rasa? Yes. So you experience directly rasa. I hope you are able to understand. Now it clarifies. Okay. Wonderful. Chalo. Okay. Okay. Prabhu, are we on time? I am. Yeah. Should we stop, dear devotees? Okay. One last? Yeah, there is one. Should we take one last query? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a very wonderful question, Prabhu, and it is related to Rasa Shastra.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. First of all, thank you for your all beautiful lectures. In the beginning of the slides, Sri Rupa Goswami says the quality over the quantity. Doesn't matter if you do 16 or 16,000 malas or japas. If you do it with love, then it's gonna, you're gonna attain Krishna. And there's also another contradictory statement as well, that the stanza just below that. It says, even if you do it with love, there's no guarantee that the possibility of attainment, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So my question is, how would someone know that it has been attained?
Okay.
How do you know it has been attained?
How do you know if you have attained Krishna Prema?
Yeah, that's my question. Are there any symptoms, or how do you know? I mean, even if I do with love or without love, but I'd have to still strive for, and I'd have to still chase for the love. Achha. But I don't know if on someday.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll ask you a very simple question.
Thank you.
In the material world, how do you know you are in love?
So I'll be at peace and I feel loved.
So that's what, right?
All right.
How do you know you have eaten a gulab jamun?
Because it tastes sweet.
Do you need external certification to tell you that you have eaten a gulab jamun?
All
You
right.
need somebody from the external world to tell you that you are experiencing a gulab jamun?
No, it's the experience.
Wonderful. So when you will experience prema, you will experience prema. You will not have any doubts about it. And the acharyas say, if you have any doubts about it, it means you are not experiencing prema.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very simple. If you are having any doubts about it, then you are not experiencing. And once you experience, you will not have any doubts about it. Okay. Just as in this material world, when a person falls head over heels for another person, he doesn't ask, am I in love? He doesn't ask his friend, am I in love? No. He tells his friends, I'm in love. This is what happens to a person who falls in love in the material world. So what to speak of in the spiritual world, obviously. But once you fall in prema, you will not tell everybody, you will keep it secret, all right? Because prema is a very secret business between ourselves and Shri Krishna. I hope that answers your query.
Yeah, that answers my question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can continue, but you tell me. Pause here. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna. Sure. Who can sing? There are better singers than me. Srikar Prabhu.
We are having a series with Prabhuji. So today evening there is a...
Yeah. Today evening there is a 3-part series beginning, and this evening at whose home? Anu Mataji?
Anu Mataji's home.
Yeah, we'll show
Anu
it.
Mataji
We'll
and
show it on the
Prasad
screen.
Prabhu's home.
Yeah.
Today evening,
Yeah.
5.
Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 3
5:30.
parts.
Please go ahead and put away the mats and let's have sankirtan. And we'll share the details of the remainder of Prabhuji's visit soon. Hare Krishna.
Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatyadeshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitya Sachinandana, Nitya Sachinandana, Nitya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Jaya Nitya Sachinandana, Nitya Sachinandana, Nitya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nita Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nita Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pravajashtarya Stotsa Sata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pravajashtarya Stotsa Sata Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Giri Govardhan ki. Shri Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Purushottam Kshetra Jagannathpuri Dham ki, Ganga Mai, Yaman Mai ki, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi ki, Kali Yuga Pavana Harinam Sankirtan Yagna ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to Assemble devotees, all glories to Assemble devotees, all glories to Assemble devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So, we'll do Narsingadeva prayer because pujaris have done the actual arti, but we haven't sang the bhajan. Okay, so that's point one. We need a couple of more helpers for the serving out. Is there anybody who's able to go and help with serve out? Okay. So they're asking me to send more devotees there. So please help. Okay? And then we can have a kirtan and then some quick announcements and then wrap up here and serve out because it's 1:40, okay?
Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Bahe Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha O Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamala Vare Nakham Adbhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringa केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे हरे जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल विघ्नविनाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त श्रोमणी श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna. Am I waiting for some slide or something? Okay. So, thank you all for joining us for our Sunday feast. How are you all doing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shinitai Sachidanand Dev ki jai, Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. So we're very happy that His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu has been with us since Wednesday, and he'll be here and with final program being on Tuesday. So we'll show the details of that in a minute. Before I forget, because there can be lots of announcements, I just want to announce that a sad thing, Megasham Prabhu is leaving on the 30th back to Malaysia, and he came almost 2 years ago. It feels like 12 years or more. Hare Krishna. You feel like just like part of the family, and we'll miss you greatly. He's a wonderful, sweet devotee who has been assisting the audiovisual group and in so many other ways. He's going back to Malaysia with family since work is ending here, from what I understand. So let's please pray to Shri Shinitai Satyanandan that he continues to progress in his spiritual life and the well-being of himself and his family. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. So another, Radhakanta Prabhu, can you come up here? This is a Radhakanta. How many? Well, I shouldn't ask that. This is Radhakanta Prabhu, and he told me some very wonderful news yesterday, and I thought it would come better from the Father, which is him. So do you want to share the good news?
Yes. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for giving me the opportunity. With Nita Sachinand's grace, our daughter Sri Lasya, stand up Lasya.
Sorry to make you
her name is Haindavi Sri Lasya. So she finished her undergrad from UT Austin in neuroscience, and she got admission to HSU Medical School.
Prabhu is a very loving and gentle, kind father. I remember when he was contemplating, do you go to UT Austin or do you go somewhere here and this and that, and because of immense amount of love that he has for you, he just said, go to UT Austin. So now you got your wish, now he got his wish. You're back home and your mom is, you're happy, Mataji? Okay. I know it was a lot of hard work, and you're very responsible and mature for your age. All glories to your parents and to the spiritual master and Shri Shinitai Satyananda. Please don't forget, Krishna says, I'm the ability in man and woman, so please seek their blessings always, okay? So congratulations on your wonderful journey and your work. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So I didn't want to... Your brother seems pretty happy too. How did that happen? Okay. So for any first-time visitors, anyone here for the very first time, just raise your hand and let us know. Everybody's here before. You've been here before? You've been here before? Okay, okay. Before I forget, it's nice to see Gopal Prabhu and Shrikar here after a while. I think you haven't been here for quite a while, right? I mean, yeah, you.
Yes, it's been 6 months. Sorry, I misheard your question.
Yeah.
It's been 6 months since I've been.
Okay. A local at Cornelius Pass? Oh, nice. Oh, yes, yes, yes. That was at Cornelius Pass when we rented a facility, huh? Where do you live now? Okay, okay. Well, I'm happy to see you back here. This is a little bit bigger and a little bit more comfortable for the devotees, so please keep coming. What's your name? Artyom. Welcome back again at the Lotus Feet of Shishinatai Satyananda. So we have the two of them, and I heard to actually graduate you. Yeah. Good for you. I'm joking. Aditi is here from college, so you used to have a little while before you graduate. Anybody else graduating? No. Other important things I want to announce is this Haribo, this coming Tuesday, several of our wonderful devotees are going to be going up to Seattle for initiation or second initiation by His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Very busy personality, great responsibilities, but he's coming to Seattle, so some fortunate devotees will have darshan and instruction from Maharaj. And also I want to announce good news. Grace, Rukmini Priti Mataji, okay. You were I couldn't see you. So Mataji has been serving for a long, long time from Corvallis, and then when they came from Corvallis regularly here, and then when they moved to Camas, always involved in service, etc., with her good husband, Krishna Kesha Prabhu. So she has the great fortune to be having Brahminical initiation by His Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj. Rukmini Priti Mataji Ki Jai. Congratulations, Mataji. Congratulations to you and Anirudh and Joshita. Congratulations. Hare Krishna Prabhu. And then Sukumar Prabhu here is going to be getting initiation by Maharaj on Tuesday as well. His family are Chi Mataji and Lokanshu, and where's your brother? Pancho? I don't see Pancho, but so there. I guess you probably want to go because it's a school day, unfortunately, but hopefully you can see it on video or something like that. And then Nitesh Prabhu is getting also initiated. He's the husband of Pallavi Mataji. She's, I think, out of country, right, or something. And then Neelam Mataji also is getting initiated. So this is all occurring on Tuesday. We wish them the best and safe journeys, and come back and share your joy. Hare Krishna. And continue service. Hari Bol. So let's hear with loud Hari Bol for them. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Okay, so those are the things I was worried I would forget. And then birthdays and anniversaries. Any birthdays, anniversaries coming up? It was Arjun's birthday on the 15th. Okay, Hare Krishna. Mataji, Arjun's birthday's already been announced.
No, anniversary of my brother Richa and Rahul, 29th May.
Richa and Rahul, Richa Mataji and Rahul Prabhu's anniversary on the 29th of May? Yes. Everybody's invited?
Yes.
Where's the party?
In our home.
Okay. So I saw Richa Mataji, I don't see Rahul Prabhu, but please convey to them our sincere happiness at their good fortune. Hare Krishna. You're very sweet devotees. Nitya. Yes, we observed it at Krishna Kesha Prabhu's home. You were there? I saw you there, right? Yes. So it's Hari's birthday was yesterday, and I think they're like preparing for drama, so we don't see them right now. Any other birthdays or anniversaries? Hare Krishna, Sonia. Are you going to be here for the 29th or back to Arizona at that? You'll be back. And how long are you here, Sushane? Just till Tuesday. Welcome back. Nice to see you again as well. So Sonia's birthday is coming up, so please wish her a happy birthday with a loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We've known you since you were just like little kids, no? I said we've known them since they were just little kids, so it's wonderful. I don't. Scary. It tells you how much we all have aged. Any other birthdays, anniversaries? Yes, Prabhu.
Birthday of my wife, Aishwarya.
Aishwarya. Where's Mataji? She's. Congratulations. May 25th. 28th. Hare Krishna. Congratulations. And anything else I'm forgetting? Okay. So birthdays and anniversaries are a wonderful way to remember Lord, who's accompanied us for innumerable lifetimes through innumerable birthdays and anniversaries. So just remember who's your true friend. Okay, next. Okay, I already did the bio of Hari Parshad Prabhu in a poorly done way or a humorous way. So Hari Parshad Prabhu is continuing on tonight, a series of 3 you can read there, Shri Krishna Smaranam. And tonight is Anu Mataji Prasad Prabhu. I think I saw Anu Mataji today, or no, I didn't. She's preparing? Okay. So Anu Mataji's home tonight at 5:30. And please note, today is 5:30, and Monday, Tuesday will be 6:30. And tomorrow, 6:30, at Vasudevan Prabhu Rama Mataji and Hasani Mataji's. I shouldn't say Hasani Mataji. Hasani's home. So is Prabhu here? Yes. So there's some details if you're going to go tomorrow for the 6:30 program there about logistics of parking. Can you raise your hand? And Mataji also? Is Mataji? Mataji's not here. So raise your hand, talk. Okay. There, and their daughter's here. So if you want to know details about parking, because they have some limitations, but there's plenty of parking in some parking lot nearby, then you can speak to them, okay? And I think Damodar Mataji's already sent a map, which is nicely illustrating that. So just remember, parking right in front of their home is going to be limited, because it's a busy street from what I was told, but there's got plenty of parking in that area. So come is what I understand. And then on Tuesday is at Badrinath Prabhu's and Shubhashri Mataji, and I think I saw Suhas today too. So please go for, I don't see any of them here right now. So please go for their program 6:30 at Bethany. I think that's it with Hari Parshad Prabhu's programs. This coming Saturday is the disappearance day of Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur. Please observe that nicely by reading something from Chaitanya Bhagavat. Next slide. Okay, so sponsorship was done today by Shankar Prabhu and Arti Mataji and Sonia Mataji. Sonia Mataji, you donated for your own birthdays? That's nice. And then flowers are sponsored anonymously. On 25th, next week, is Dhiraj Prabhu, Lavanya Mataji, Madhav, and Raghav. Magasham Prabhu. Is that you sponsoring on that day, the 25th? Okay. Okay, so Magasham Prabhu. Your last name is Lim? Okay, I was wondering. Okay. So Prabhu's sponsoring, they're sponsoring Prasadam next week. Okay, why don't we skip to deity welcoming anniversary? So this is a very important date. Deity welcoming anniversary is on June 15th. That's one of our biggest celebrations, where the deities wear outfits purely made out of flowers and paraphernalia out of flowers, and they get showered with flower petals. Can you scroll through the next? So there's opportunities to sponsor bhoga and flower garlands. So please take the opportunity. Can you scroll? And then the goal was to get a contribution for 216 bouquets. And thus far, we are at 172, slowly inching towards there. So we've got a couple of weeks. So please make it happen, okay? Next. Okay, Prasadam prayers. Yes. Yes, Govinda Prabhu is going to come on June 10th through, I think, the next, basically about a week. He's very excited. So please, the youth group, please try to be here. That'll be nice. June 10th onward. You're not able to. What happened? Okay. Okay. So I'm being told that we need to send the devotees for prasadam because it'll get cold and stuff like that. So let's have somebody chant prasadam prayers. Sukumar Prabhu, prasadam prayers.
Mahaprasade Govinde. Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Salpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishasane Vijayate Sarira Yogendriya Taikal Jibe Pele Visaya Sagare তার মধ্যে জীবায়তি লোগময় সুধর্মতি ডাকে যেতা কঠিন সংসারে કૃષ્ણ બળ દયામય તારી બારી જીવ જય સપસાદ તિલો પાય અનામિત રાધા કૃષ્ણ ગુણ ગાઓ પ્રેમે ડાકો શ્રી ચૈતન્ય નિતાય જયની માય જયની તાય જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ ચૈતન્ય પ્રભુ નિત્યાનંદ શ્રી અદ્વૈત ગદાધર શ્રીવત્સાદિ ગૌર ભક્તબિંદ હરે કૃષ્ણ 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 હરે 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 રામ 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 હરે હરે